All right, so Jacque Vaughn becomes the head coach of the New Jersey Nets. I love that kid, and I call him a kid. Muir High School, Pasadena, California. Went out there to recruit him numerous times for Indiana University basketball. I did, and I loved it. We talked poetry. I actually faked looking up poems because I wanted to be able to talk poetry. I can't talk poems except for one, Rudyard Kipling's If. It's my favorite poem of all time, and really there is no second. It's the way I live my life. Long story short, Jacque Vaughn, I'm recruiting at Indiana. We are rolling at Indiana. Calbert Cheney, Greg Graham, we want to keep this thing going. Players in the state are pretty good, but we got a chance at the best point guard in the country. I'm out there all the time. One time, this was, I think, right after the Rodney King stuff, I'm out there and a lowrider bouncer was following me, and I'm like, oh man, I'm going to die here in Pasadena, California. So I tried to give him the shake. I went down this street. Son of a biscuit maker, the street was a cul-de-sac. And they made a move like they were going to block me in, and they didn't, and I whipped around. And once you get to the high school, everybody thinks you're either a coach or a cop, so you're good, right? But I love that kid, Jacque Vaughn. I wanted Jacque Vaughn to come to Indiana. So it's getting ready. He's going to come visit IU. And when a kid came to visit IU, we were really good, man. I mean, one thing I can do is I can recruit to Indiana University men's basketball. Ain't nobody knows it or loves it more than me. I digress. So I'm getting ready. Hey, Jacque, we'd like to have you on a visit. How about this day? Hey, Coach, I'm going to go see Kansas. I'm going to go see, I think, Cal, man, I don't know. And I'm going to go see Michigan. But you guys are at the top of my list. I'm going to make it good. How about this date? He gives me a date. I said, okay, Coach. Call Coach Knight. Hey, Coach, Jacque can visit on this date. He's going to visit Kansas, blah, blah, blah. I go, what do you mean, He goes, cancel him. I go, what do you mean cancel? He says, Coach Knight says to me, is he going to visit Michigan? I said, yeah. I say he's interested, I think, in their business school or whatever. He goes, well, if he's going to visit Michigan, he can't visit Indiana and Michigan. We're two completely different programs. Like, what are you talking about? He goes, you know what? They cheat at Michigan. That whole Fab Five thing, if he's interested in that, he cannot be interested in us. We're too different. I said, Coach, kid's just taking a visit. We've been recruiting him. He goes, Dan, I'm not going to tell you again. Cancel the visit. I said, Coach, you're going to have to tell me again. Never forget. Because we've worked hard on this kid. This kid loves you. This kid is a perfect point guard piece. Dan, I don't care. You ask him then. He did say this. He goes, you ask him. Tell him if he visits Michigan, he can't visit Indiana. It's over. I said, all right. Called Vaughn back. Hey, Jacque. Hey, Coach, how you doing? Okay, great. Look, here's the deal. We want you. You're our number one priority. And we don't want you visiting Michigan because they're a program that's the opposite of us. Coach, I'm going to visit Michigan. I go, are you sure? Because then we got to drop out. Coach, I'm going to visit Michigan. I said, okay. Man, I got a better one on Rafe LaFrance, but I don't have time right here. Love that guy. Look at him. Now, it hasn't gone well for him as a head coach because he had a bad job. And it stinks that kid right there, and I'm calling him a kid, he's a grown man, obviously, has a gray beard. Friend of mine, KC, Kevin Custer, last night when he saw the news, sent me a text. He goes, hey, I remember when you were recruiting Jacque Vaughn. I said, yeah, great dude. Remember the night story? He goes, yeah. He goes, we're old. I go, what are you talking about? He goes, Jacque Vaughn has a gray beard. I'm like, I know.